Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to have your attention. We're going to move on to our city council races. We're going to begin first with the, I guess, a vacated seat 3. Our 2 candidates are Amanda Taormino and Charles Chuck Cooper. We flipped a coin earlier, and well, it should be ladies first anyways, regardless of coin.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Oh,
So,
thanks.
ladies first. You have your 2-minute opening statement.
Good evening. Just wanted to say thank you to the Chamber for hosting this, and thank you all the citizens for coming out to listen to us tonight. It's really a great privilege to me to even be up here. Little old me, I never thought I'd be here, but just a little bit about myself. My husband, Justin, and I, we've been together for 8 years now, married for 3.5. We have 2 beautiful German Shepherds that are our little princesses. So no kids yet, just the dogs, but they take up most of our time. I have a Bachelor of Business Administration degree in Legal Studies from Temple University. If you can't tell by my accent, I'm from Philadelphia originally. After I graduated college, I told my husband I had this crazy idea. I wanted to move to Florida. So we packed up, left all our family, left everything, came down here to Osceola County. I had known about the area previously from visiting down here with family during vacations. So when we decided we wanted to buy a home, I drove to St. Cloud with my husband. And day one, we fell in love with the city and the atmosphere, the downtown, everything. And this is where we bought our house. And last year, during the proposed tax increases that we're going through, is when I kind of got involved. And as that progressed over the months, it led me to think about running for office myself. I'm looking to be your representative. I want to serve you, the citizens. That's the most important thing to me. This is labeled as a part-time job, but it's definitely a full-time job. There's 45,000 people here. This is about leading a city. So I fully expect to give it my full attention. And I look forward to hopefully serving you as your next city council person. Thank you.
Thank you, Amanda. Okay, Chuck.
Thank you. I would like to thank you for the Chamber of Commerce having the debate at City Hall. My name is Charles Chuck Cooper. I'm running for St. Cloud City Council, Seat 3. I've lived all my life in St. Cloud. I graduated from St. Cloud High School. And shortly after I was in the military service, I spent 3 years. The last year and 3 days, I was in Vietnam. When I came out of Vietnam, I came back to St. Cloud again, and I worked for my father, who was a builder contractor. I worked for him for about 6 or 8 months. And I decided very quickly, it didn't take me long, that I decided that I wanted to follow the same footsteps of my father. So I studied hard, and I took my contractor's test, and I passed it the first time. And so 37, 38 years now, I have still building contracting in St. Cloud, Kissimmee, and Osceola County. During this time, I have been on the St. Cloud Planning Board for 6 years. I also have been on the Board of Adjustment Appeals for 5 years. I also served on the Code Enforcement Board for 13 years, of which the last 7 years I was the Code Enforcement Board. I have seen a lot of good things in the city of St. Cloud. I've seen a lot of bad things in the city of St. Cloud. In the last 2 to 3 years, we have seen astronomical water and sewer rates. In the last 5 months, the city council spent more time talking about to allow chickens in St. Cloud than they did in the city of St. Cloud. Thank you.
Okay, thanks, Chuck. And we'll begin the questioning with Mr. Cooper. Patty?
Yes, ma'am.
What is your vision in regards to the growth taking place in St. Cloud?
The vision of growth is St. Cloud is one that it doesn't, if you don't like it, it's going to come no matter what. So you better embrace it because it's here and it's coming. They're pushing dirt every day. To the south and to the east here, we have a lot of new homes that are going to be here. What we need to do is to manage it and get it growth under our requirements that we need and what we want. The city right now has got hodgepodge. They've got 50-foot lots. We want to have minimum lot sizes, which will be probably bigger than that, like 62 and a half or bigger. So in your setbacks, your larger lots need to be, your larger roads need to be larger. There's a whole lot of myriad things that need to be done that right now on our city needs to be completely finished and revamped as far as the land development code. It needs to be redone and gone over again because that was 18 or 20 years ago when they originally started with that. So to get the growth to the way we want now, we need to get everything, put it in place the first time so it is right for everybody.
Great, thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Chuck. Amanda, same question.
As Mr. Cooper was saying, that's true, the growth is coming. We can't do anything to stop it. We can't build a wall around St. Cloud. But I've been reading surveys that the city has sent out the last few years. People have definitely been changing their mindset a little bit, that they know the growth is coming. They're kind of warming up to the idea, but we can't stop it. We definitely need to change the design standards with some of these homes, make sure that they fit with our city, they look good in the city. We don't look like, you know, a concrete jungle or anything with the cookie cutter houses everywhere. So, but it's gonna come. We have to just be prepared for it and be ready to take it. That's all. Thank you.
Sure, okay.
Yeah.
That's fine, that's fine. Next question for you, Amanda.
What's your position on the proposed development of Centennial Park and the possible relocating of the St. Cloud VFW?
I went to the workshop on this a few months ago and saw the designs. The rendering is beautiful. It's going to give shade down here. It's going to give benches. The biggest complaint I hear about downtown is nowhere for the kids to go, there's nowhere to sit, and there's nowhere to get out of the heat because it's hot out there. Like I said, I do think it's beautiful. In regards to the VFW, I'm definitely for whatever the veterans want to do. It's 100% their decision if they want to move or not. I think the park will be fine if they still stay there because it's still going to be the same park. It's just depending on what's going to be into that building. But definitely what they want to do, it's going to help bring traffic downtown because people are going to be able to do more events there. We can do a farmer's market, concerts, everything. The main draw is we need to get more people down here because we have amazing shops, but not everybody comes down here to go shopping there. That's going to give us the option to maybe have some of these shops stay open later. You can have dinner, shop, and then go to the park and watch a show. It's going to have everything all at once, and I think it's going to make it very vibrant for the community. And a lot of the people, not necessarily just my age, but a lot of people are looking for that in communities now, a downtown they can go to and spend hours and hours. Even we can probably even get tourists to want to come down here because we have that draw of the Soldier City, and that's something we can use to bring people into our city. Thank you.
Very good. Mr. Cooper.
Thank you. As far as Centennial Park, I don't have any problem with that. I understand that people like to have something for the people to do, for the children to do. I understand that too, to bring it downtown to the other shops that are there so they can see other things going on. The problem we have right now, we are in a very close, we only are down in our 4.3% money funds available. We're even talking about a storm that's coming now. So let's start worrying about money and getting built money ahead and be prepared before we start thinking about spending more money again. I understand that it's nice to have plenty of money if you're flush and there's just money pouring out of your pockets. Right now, we don't. We're very, very close on our money as far as the city staff right here and what their money that they've got to do. We've got to be careful. Thank you.
All right, Mr. Cooper. All right, and next question goes to you, Mr. Cooper.
How do you plan to address the increased demands on our police and fire departments with all the new growth coming within the city limits of St. Cloud?
As far as new growth coming into St. Cloud, the new and growth that we have right now is pretty much, it does sustain for itself. When I say that, it pays for itself pretty much. You've got impact fees, you've got water fees, you've got sewer fees, you've got garbage fees, you've got tax bill every year that you pay for. Everything that you buy in St. Cloud, everything that you go to get groceries, you get gas in your car, you got sales tax that is levied, and it comes back to St. Cloud, and it pays for your water, sewer, and all that. And it also pays for your EMS and for your fire and police.
Right, good answer, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Amanda.
The fire department is pretty much sustained at the moment based on what they've said. They can handle the growth that we have. We are short several police officers, but as the chief of police said a few weeks ago, they are actually bringing the crime rates down despite all the growth. It's just going to take some time to get more officers, and as the new growth comes in, they are going to help pay for all of that. But as of right now, the crime rates are coming down, and we're able to sustain what we have right now, but it's something we're going to have to look for in the future, and the council's going to have to work together on that to fund those extra positions.
Great, thank you.
Okay. Amanda, next question.
I'm starting to pick up a pattern here. I think I'm the tax question guy. I think you
Yeah, right.
figured that out, didn't you? All right. Under what conditions would you support an ad valorem tax increase?
I'm generally very, very not for tax increases at all. If that should be the last thing we have to go to me, a tax increase is putting a Band-Aid on the problem. We have to address what the problem is, and the problem is that there's a lack of commercial and industrial in this city. We are basically using the residential to help carry the city. If it was an absolute 100% need, I would do it, but at the last, for sure, because I do not believe in tax increases. I think that they are just, it's a quick remedy to something that's a long-term fix. I forgot what I was going to say.
It's okay. You still have time.
Oh, no, that's okay. I probably won't remember.
Sure?
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Okay, okay. Mr. Cooper.
Thank you. I would never again, the citizens of St. Cloud, they just paid a small increase this last year. It's the first time that I've seen in the last 25 years. Think about that. 25 years, we've not seen any increase. If the ad valorem tax has increased because your properties have increased and grown in exponentially, but we have not until the last year that they raised the taxes. No, sir, I would not raise the taxes again. Thank you.
I got choked.
I'm sorry, you got,
You okay?
I got you?
I got choked.
You okay?
Yeah, your answer choked me up.
I'm sorry.
It's those darn tax
That was
questions.
good then.
You got the next question, Mr. Cooper.
Thanks.
What is your position on expanding the city limits of St. Cloud and also annexation in general?
Expanding into larger areas where we are right now, we are growing exponentially right now. It doesn't matter if you like it or not. I just said that earlier. It is coming, and it is here. So it's an inevitable thing that if you like it or not, it's here. It's coming. It is going to be. So, and the last question, I'm sorry.
It was on annexation. How do you feel about that in general?
Annexation is fine to annex as far as if we can keep it and not get into the donuts where we've got problems, circles that where the county would be partial running and the rest of it would not. I'm not for doing that. If we're going to bring it in, let's bring it constantly, not going from a circle.
Very
Thank
good.
you.
Can you repeat it again? I'm sorry.
Amanda.
What is your position on expanding the city limits of St. Cloud? And what is your position in general on annexation?
Well, the city's going to expand regardless eventually. I believe in annexation if we can sustain what we're taking in. If we're going to annex something and it's going to burden our police and our fire, then there's no reason to do it. We don't have to annex anything. But it is going to happen. Our city's going to be huge. I mean, we've doubled our population just in the last 15 years alone. So definitely I wouldn't annex anything that we can't handle. Thank you.
Good.
Short and to the point. Thank
Yeah.
you. All right, Amanda. Next question.
What cost-saving ideas would you be in favor of discussing that the current city council has not already brought to the table?
That's a tough one because last year they were here for days and days and days. I would have to look at the budget, probably go line by line, see what we can save. I know, for example, last year they had the gas at like $4 a gallon or something, and so that was adjusted, but definitely would have to go line by line. It's hard to say for sure, oh, I want to cut this, I want to cut this. You have to go with each department. Can they take that cut? Can they wait for this next year? I mean, the last budget was a lot smaller than it was previously because they made so many cuts because it was such a hard year. But definitely just looking over everything and then seeing what is room. There's always room to cut something, even if it's something small. A lot of the little things will add up to something big eventually. So that's how I would do it.
Okay, Mr. Cooper.
Just the police department itself, they reduced almost $43,000 this year for the 2017 budget. That is astronomical when you stop to think about it. Every department has cut almost 10% this time for the 2017 budget. That's kudos. And it's very good that they are absolutely, the staffs are working with the council and trying to get it into a budget that is manageable for the next few 5 to 10 years down the road. We've got to try and keep it lower rates and keep the same citizens what they've got now. Thank you.
Okay, very good. You're doing good on questions over there?
We're doing good.
You got hundreds of them.
Whoa, stop.
All right, Chuck, this next question is for you.
Okay, Chuck, what major change would you like to see take place in St. Cloud, and how would it affect the city and those in our community? I think we all see that growth is coming, and we need to have a vision as to what we can do for it.
That is a very hard
Yeah.
thing. It's a vision. There's a lot of young group right here, right now, coming in. We need to have a whole lot more things for younger people to do and keep them busy, keeping minds going, keeping their hands, items that they want to do, bowling alley, other nice place to eat, homes, restaurants, that the Burger King's is fine, but you don't want to eat there 24/7. So some nice restaurants would be nice, bringing some other family-oriented movie theaters, larger movie theaters, what we've got.
Great.
And the same thing that we're talking down here at Centennial Park.
Beautiful.
An amphitheater where you can sit down and bring your family and sit there and you can listen to the music and enjoy it.
Very good.
Thank you.
Very good.
So
Good.
it was the vision for the city, was that the question?
What major change would you like to see take place in St. Cloud, and how would it affect those in the community? Basically, it's your vision. What would you like to see happen here?
Okay, I can touch on a few things. Definitely more economic development, light industry, something like that. Probably 70% of the people living here are driving outside of here to go to work. If we give them jobs here, they can work here, they can spend their money here on their lunch break, and it's going to boost our economy. I would also like to see a teen advisory committee formed here, so the teenagers can participate in their local government. They can bring up ideas for recreational programs, bring up teen-related issues to the city council, because the youth is really the future of the city. If we give them something, give them an involvement in the community, that they're really going to foster with that and make themselves better, because we don't want the crime rate to go up. If we give the teenagers in here something to do, they're not going to be outside looking for trouble. So, but again, downtown, more vibrant area. I would like to be able to go downtown on 8 o'clock on a Saturday night and shop and eat and do all that. So there's more people coming here that I think are looking for something like that instead of having to go out somewhere else and spend that kind of money. I would love for all that money to stay here. I'd love to bring more people into our downtown because we do have a lot to offer. It's very charming here. We have great history. The city is over 100 years old. I mean, not that many cities can always say that they've lasted this long, but I think it'd be great to do all that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Very good. We're doing well on time. We got time for a few more questions. This next one is for Amanda.
I think this is the
Bill,
final question.
this is our
actually.
last question.
Last
Oh,
one?
is this the last
Okay.
I was
question?
faking
I guess
the
we don't
100
have
thing.
very many questions. You said you had 100.
I was kidding.
Yeah.
Are you sure I could stay all night?
There you go. All right, which one of the following resonates best with your economic development plan for St. Cloud? Recruiting new companies in order to attract new high-paying jobs to our community, or provide training opportunities for our young people and current residents?
I think you can do a little bit of both. There's no reason not to do both. We can definitely recruit more companies here, but we can definitely foster what we have. That's going to be the main thing that's going to bring money to the city and bring jobs is new businesses. We still have to take into consideration what we already have here, and I think we can do that easily by combining them together. But we need more jobs here. The economy is still not where it should have been, and we need more jobs for the residents here. People are still struggling. I mean, the water bills are $100 a month. I mean, that's hard for, I can imagine, seniors tell me all the time that they're struggling to pay these bills. So if we can get this economy back going, we can get more jobs in here, then the fees and everything are going to coming down because we're going to have more tax revenue to bring to the city. Thank you.
Okay, thanks, Amanda. Chuck?
Thank you. Doing both of them is the positive thing that we should do. And getting commercial more involved in here is commercials that we can put throughout the United States. Much like you see at late night on Michigan. You see these little pictures and the videos, and you watch it at nighttime, and you're seeing how pretty it is and what they have to offer. Well, we have a lot of things to offer here in St. Cloud too. And you can get them in here by giving them tax breaks. We can give them some water and sewer breaks. We can even give electric breaks, reduced rates, if we get a substantial amount of people that are in our citizens that are going to use and keep them right here so they don't have to travel. The more you can get more people right here, staying here, they're citizens and working here, and give them more money and raise their money, then I'll give them some breaks to get them here. I'll dangle the carrot to bring them here.
That's great.
To get them in commercial. The most commercial we can bring in, that's what we need to do.
Very good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, well, that ends our question portion of the evening, so we're going to now flop over. Chuck, you're going to get 2 minutes for your closing statements.
Okay, thank you. I am running for St. Cloud City Council for seat 3. I believe that growth should pay for itself. I believe I have the knowledge and the experience and the understanding the issues facing St. Cloud. This will be beneficial to the city of St. Cloud as well as the taxpayers, and I want to make sure that our taxpayer dollars are well spent. Some of the issues ahead, we have water and sewer rates, 5 months and still no reduced fees. Our St. Cloud budget still is low reserves, less than 5%. The city of Kissimmee is 30%. So that's a lot of money difference that they've got in reserves. St. Cloud has homes coming to the south and east, and we will need our developers, builders, and buyers to pay for their fair share. And no more free rides. No more raised taxes. And that's about as easy as I can make it for me. We've done it once. We don't need to do it every year. 25 years without it, we can do without it again. We just need to budget and watch what we're spending, and we'll be a whole lot further down the road. My name is Chuck Cooper. I'm running for St. Cloud City Council, seat 3, November the 8th. I would appreciate your support. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Cooper. Hey, young lady, it's all you.
Just wanted to say thank you again for the Chamber for hosting us, and all you guys are sticking it out. I know it's getting kind of late. Thank you, panel, for your great questions. Just wanted to say, you know, there's the population out there. It's 45,000 people and rising. We need someone who's going to take this as a full-time job. I fully expect you. I worked 2 jobs through high school. I worked 2 jobs through college. I don't have any political experience, but I will give this everything that I have, because this is very important. We're in the trying times in our city where the growth is coming, and we need to prepare for it and plan for it. The change is inevitable, but we can plan our future the way we want it to be. In the past, I've been watching a lot of old videos and reading old things that happened in the city before I came here. It's a lot of the same issues over and over again. Every year it's growth and taxes every single year. It's time we finally have all the council members up here together, all the staff working together to finally solve the problem and make this a better place to live and improve the quality of life for our citizens. And I look forward to hopefully being a representative. I promise I'll represent you and give it my full effort. And I would appreciate your vote on November 8th. I'm Amanda Taormino. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you both. Chuck, speaking of old things in St. Cloud, I guess it's you and I, right?
There we are,
Yeah.
thank you.
Well, listen, I want to thank you both for participating and just for running. I mean, there's so many people that are so unplugged and they don't really stay plugged into their local neighborhoods, and they should. So, thank you so
change that,
much,
hopefully.
and we will now bring in the mayors, and let's see how they do. So, thank
The
you.
mayors.